So sometimes I hear people say that they came out as asexual, or they talk about it with a degree of shame. And, I have no right to talk about it really because technically, that isn't what I am. I'm definitely not asexual. But the thing is, I wish I was a lot of the time. To me, it's very surprising that anyone would ever feel any shame about being asexual. Because if I could be, I absolutely would be, and I would tell everyone about it. I would be like announcing it in the streets. I'd be wearing it on a t-shirt. I would be, you know, absolutely 100% open about it. And the predominant reason is that because I am a woman and I do have sexual impulses as a a heterosexual woman, I frequently get shamed over it. I get shamed over it pretty much on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times in one day. And in fact, there are people I have to avoid completely because they will shame me if they see me. And there's all this pressure to dress a particular way and act a particular way because if I just if my skirt is a bit too short or if a bit too much of my shoulder is showing, people could say accuse me of trying to do something inappropriate, or if I hang out too much with someone's boyfriend or husband, I could be accused of attempting to seduce them away, even if I'm just trying to be friends. Or you know but that's or worse yet. And this has happened before. Someone's husband once formed feelings for me that I really didn't want, and I ended up having to move houses because of it. Like, if I could be asexual, none of this would be a problem for me, and I would, you know what I mean? I'd feel free. And admittedly, I'm assuming a lot about what it would be like to be asexual. But the truth of the matter is that in my own life, I've sometimes considered chemical castration just because I don't want to have to deal with that aspect of life anymore. I really wish it just wasn't part of me. And the fact is it is. Like, I can't run away from it because it's part of my body. It's part of my brain wiring. It's part of who I am. And I feel like having to live with that kind of self-loathing is probably, counterproductive and destructive. It's probably unhealthy. And I don't know for certain that, you know, asexual people don't have to live with those feelings. In fact, maybe they end up having to feel some amount of that because they are asexual. I don't, you know what I mean? That's the thing. I don't really know what it looks like from the other side. But for my part, I don't think they should have to be ashamed, purely for the fact that they get to live their lives with less of that vulnerability that comes with having to be a sexual being. And, I mean, arguably, they would probably still have to face the fears of being raped the same that anyone else would have to. And, of course it would probably present its own problems if they enter into the dating world or when they're socializing and so on and so forth. But yeah, if it was me, I would not consider it to be shameful. I would be very open about it, and I would tell everybody. Absolutely.